Hi, everybody. Steve Crosby here. Welcome to this issue of Monday Morning Musing. There is much conversation these days on the issue of relationship and community. People are looking for what I would call authentic human relationships in Christ and authentic Christian community. Now, some people have bailed on institutional religion and feeling that it's almost apostate. I don't agree with that point of view. And some are embracing organic church structures and thinking that they're the first people to ever discover how to do church properly. I think that's a very arrogant proposition, that we're the first people in 2,000 years to ever do church right or ever see the biblical model. And it's based on a narrative that goes like this. The church started out in purity and passion, but boy, Constantine came and the Roman Catholic Church came and it went into decline, and we're recovering the true form of the way God wanted the community to be. That is all historically inaccurate. There were problems in the church long before Constantine came around. You can't scapegoat Constantine, and you can't scapegoat Roman Catholicism. Don't tell me about the books. I've read the books by the organic church gurus, and they present only a point of view of history from a very Protestantly prejudicial point of view of Western Christianity. They don't even talk about the tradition of the Eastern Church. My point is, if you begin with that presupposition of this perfect, idyllic church in the beginning, you're going to set yourself up for a lot of problems, a lot of pain, and a lot of disappointment, because that thing never existed. So let's talk about a few isms that are fatal to any attempt to try to do Christian community well. And here they are: Romanticism, perfectionism, idealism, and individualism. Here's the problem. If we bring any of those four isms that are in our heart, in our emotions, into an endeavor trying to do community well, better than maybe than we've experienced, we're already going to be dead out of the gate. The kingdom of Jesus, the community, the family of God, cannot function, will never be realized, will never have benefit when those isms are in play. Now, for most of us, we'll say, well, I don't believe those things. It's not an intellectual thing. It's not about your beliefs. It's about your emotions. There's intellectual dynamic and there's emotional dynamic. There's a theological dynamic. There's a cultural dynamic. There's a human relationship dynamic. So I want to talk about these things over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes. And we'll start today on individualism. In today's polarized society, church, and culture, everybody on the spectrum of opinion, political and theological, tries to co-opt Jesus, label him, package him, and present him as advocating their point of view. Otherwise, we're on Jesus' side. He's on our side. I'm going to make a stereotypical, a bit of a hyperbolic analogy here. The right wing, be it church or politics, wants to make Jesus, Rambo with an American flag and a Bible and a gun. The left wing wants to put a beret on him, make him Che Guevara and with a machete and a gun, and make him a social justice warrior. Both of those are extreme distortions. But for Westerners, and particularly those from my tradition, Americans, we are born and bred with the individual, the rugged individual motif. The rugged individual. And it goes like this. I don't need you. I'm a strong person. The American pioneering spirit. You are at best an option to my life, and at worst an irrelevancy to my life. Individualism will never float in Jesus' kingdom. Now, the minute you say that, people on the right side of the spectrum say, communism, 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 socialism. That's not it at all, and it goes deeper than that. So in the next few episodes, we're going to continue to unpack some of these isms, including individualism. Here's a setup for next week. As long as you and I are options in our walk with Jesus, if I am an accessory, an optional accessory to you, we will never realize authentic human community according to Jesus. That mindset has to change, and we'll talk about more of that next time. See you then.